My name's James, and this is my review on the album Till My Song Is Done by Emma Donovan. From what I could find, this is Emma Donovan's first solo album. However, it definitely isn't her first rodeo. Released on the 19th of April, just 3 years after the release of Under the Streets with longtime collaborators, The Putbacks. On first listen, I definitely realized that there was a song for almost everyone. The seemingly effortless changes from classic soul to country to modern, popular, easy listening doesn't feel forced and offers a lot of variety, with an eclectic array of musical instrument aesthetics and sounds, but with a modern lyrical theming that, on the surface, does feel very personal to Donovan, but not so much so that you can't find moments to insert yourself into the themes and messages. The production quality throughout the album is exactly what you would expect from an artist of this caliber and notoriety. There's amazing attention to detail to the quality of the sounds captured, but also the way that the sounds are treated within the mix. I could be wrong, but it definitely sounds like all the heavy use of effects, particularly on the electric guitar, are chosen during the recording process rather than added later in the post-production, which is really different in this modern age where it's so easy to just record a dry guitar track, even just a DI, and then either reamp it later or use a virtual amp sim to get the tone that you want. The standout for me is definitely the way Donovan's vocal is treated. The level of compression and EQ makes her vocals sit so well in the mix of instrumentation that we never lose sight of her vocal, and particularly the messages that she is performing. But it's not so overdone that there's still plenty of dynamic range in Donovan's vocal. However, I do feel that this is less of a production thing and more just showing us how great of a vocalist Donovan is and how well she understands her vocal and how to throw it around when she really needs to belt out and when to pull back and use some of those more delicate approaches to her voice in particular songs. The rhythm section is truly amazing throughout this entire album. It does exactly what you expect it to do and really serves the purpose of each song. You know, on the funkier tracks, it really brings the groove and backbeat, and on some of the more country style songs, they really just bring that pulse and the movement. There's some really great use of electric guitar and lap steel throughout the entire album as well, particularly the moments where they're almost dueling each other, like in a track on Shine On You, and sometimes they just complement each other as well, like in Away or Till My Song Is Done. These moments provide very well-written melodic earworms that usually just serve as sort of like a catchy moment to bring you in at the start of a song and really set the tone for what's going to come from both Donovan's vocal and the messages and themes that we get from Donovan. There's also some really great use of acoustic piano and electric organ throughout the album as well. However, these are used somewhat sparingly, particularly the organ, and I think because of that, it makes those moments where those instruments pop up much more special and really add this extra tone or texture to these particular songs. And not to mention the great banjo playing that we get on Changes Coming and the great harmonica playing that we also get on Sing You Over, which I'm assuming was performed by Paul Kelly. It really is Donovan's vocal performance and lyrical themes that not only drive the heart and soul of each and every one of these songs, but I feel is also the secret sauce, which is probably hooking a lot of new listeners, but also bringing back her fan base that she's amassed from all of these other previous works that she's been a part of. There's moments throughout the entire album that are absolutely comparable to soul vocal powerhouses like Aretha Franklin or Etta James, like in Black Nation and Shine On You. But there's also many gentle vocal moments as well that I think you could compare to the likes of Dolly Parton or Patsy Cline, like in Sing You Over and Spring Thing. We also get some featured vocal performances from Australian country music royalty Liz Stringer and Paul Kelly. I will admit, it took me a few listens to really hear where Liz Stringer was contributing to the opening track, Changes Coming, because her vocal, although doesn't bring the same weight and characteristics as Donovan, it does overall fit within the same vocal range, which made it difficult to distinguish between the two at first. However, this definitely isn't the case when it comes to Paul Kelly's contribution on Sing You Over. His voice is instantly recognizable and offers great contrast to Donovan's, both in the song and also serves as a great metaphor for many of the messages Donovan is sharing with us throughout the entire album. The lyrical framing throughout the entire album seems to focus around love. You know, the love for self, the love for heritage, the love for land, and much, much more. There's also some political moments and calls to action. However, I think that these moments also stem from a place of love and understanding. The songwriting overall is fairly good throughout the entire album. Everything fits within the context of soul and country music. You know, there's definitely moments which are predictable, but there's also some great moments that took me by surprise, particularly on the first listen, with tracks like Liquid Gold and Till My Song Is Done. Standout tracks for me are absolutely Till My Song Is Done. This one I feel is really the drive and anthem behind the entire album. Without it, there would still be an array of really great songs. However, I think it's this track in particular that really states Donovan's goal for the entire project and potentially her life's goal. I also really enjoyed Liquid Gold. There's absolutely no way to not get pumped up and start dancing in your seat or around the room when this song is on. I'm gonna rate this album a very strong 8 to a light 9 out of 10. As a first-time listener to Donovan's work, I was immediately pulled in by her vocals, and now I'm really interested to start exploring all of her other previous works with the Putbacks, Stiff Gins, and of course her family country music band, the Donovans. And most importantly, if you've listened to the album, what are your thoughts of Emma Donovan's Till My Song Is Done? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out one of these other videos appearing before me, leave a like, and you'll see me in the next one.